Welcome to Agents of Nothing, an episode-by-episode recap and analysis from the perspectives of a veteran and a new recruit. And now, a quick word from our sponsors.
Hello, hey guys.
Hi.
We're not gonna do the usual
we're not doing
intro today. No, we're being rebellious this time. This is a special bonus season wrap-up episode.
This is a new Shield.
Yes, this is the new Shield. Goodbye to the old Shield. So basically we're going to be wrapping up season 1, giving our thoughts, and reading some fan emails. Yeah. So let's cut to the opinion that I know you all care about the most. What did you think of season 1, Caroline?
So we kind of talked about this in the season finale episode, but I thought season 1 was excellent. I was thoroughly impressed. As I said throughout this season, I think they did such a phenomenal job of like introducing characters and plot lines and everything without like beating you over the head with it. Like every introduction to someone or something was like, hey, you don't know what this is yet, but it's probably important. You should maybe remember it.
Yeah.
And I did most of the time. And like even before they were able to like start making the show they always wanted to make and all that stuff, when everybody else was like being super critical of the show apparently, I still felt like it was a really good fucking show. Like
Yeah, I definitely agree.
So, I don't know. And my favorite, the best thing for me was the character building. I feel like they just did such a good job with that. Like, May and Sky's relationship. I wrote Chloe.
You did.
Like May and Sky's relationship going from I don't know you or trust you and you might be a wrench in the carefully handpicked team that I've crafted in order to protect my friend to we are both Coulson's most trusted friends, so now I'm gonna like teach you how to keep your brain under control after trauma and stuff. Like that relationship arc was so nice.
Yeah.
I loved that. I also love that Ward was unlikable from the start. I feel like he was initially he was like a Ross Geller-esque type of unlikable, and I already won't stand for that.
No. And
then became a Nazi. So, the Ross Geller to Nazi pipeline. But yeah, I love that I hated him from the very first episode.
You did.
And like Coulson going from like good soldier to a true leader with like critical thinking skills and like empathy. Love that. And then, of course, the incredible Fitzsimmons.
Yes.
Beautiful. Incredible. Their growth, both as individuals and as a unit, it was so powerful, and I loved it so much. Like, and I just keep thinking, like, is that not exactly how every healthy relationship should go? Like, you help each other grow as individuals so that you can both grow together. Like, is that not what we all want?
Yeah.
And the range. I'm such a fucking fan of those two in particular. And I think I said this, but like every actor on the show has proven to be just incredibly talented. For example, Chloe's eyebrows. But Ian and Elizabeth, wow. Just.
Wow, indeed.
Wow. Incredible. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. In a nutshell.
Very good thoughts.
Yes, I think so. I think all my thoughts are good most of the time. And then I do have some predictions.
Okay.
So, number 1, as I said in the season finale episode, I think that for season 2, Fitz is going to have amnesia or something similar. Which Simmons will work really hard to cure, except that they're gonna like trade places in the unrequited love situation. Like all of a sudden Simmons is like realizing that she has feelings because Fitz told her his feelings, but then it was too late. But then now she's gonna be like afraid to tell him her feelings because, well, first of all, he's sick, so that's not great. But yeah, anyway, that's that's my predictions for Fitzsimmons. Number 2, Ward, unfortunately, I feel like is gonna have a redemption arc. I hate it already. And in that, I think he's gonna try and like prove that he actually does love Skye and that his feelings were real. But I'm gonna chew off my own foot if she actually goes for it. Okay? Number 3, I think Skye's non-human parents aren't actually villains. I mean, I feel like it's just more nuanced than that. You know? Like, maybe some Hydra and or SHIELD faction like stole their baby from them and then hid her in China, and they only destroy that town in order to get her back. And like, what parent wouldn't do that, alien or human? Number 4, I feel like this one might be more of a headcanon than anything else, but I feel like May's gonna have a new fuck buddy, but we're never gonna see it because she's that good. And then lastly, Coulson's going to wear another button-down shirt with the sleeves rolled up under a vest, and I'm going to love it. And that's it.
Awesome. My thoughts on season 1, I just, watching this through with a critical eye and paying closer attention than I ever have before to what's happening on my screen and the storylines and the characters, and having to like think about it to like come up with opinions and things to say on the show.
Yeah.
It's been such a fulfilling experience, and it's only made me love this show more. I've had so much fun in season 1. I cannot wait for season 2. I'm so excited. There are a few episodes that I can call off the top of my head that I'm particularly excited for. I believe one is called A Hen in the Wolf House.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that one. And then another one is called, I believe, What We Become or What They Become. I don't remember. But that's a very exciting one as well. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to season 2 and all the twists and turns that come in it and all of your reactions. I'm so excited.
I can't believe we're already done with season 1.
I know.
I feel like we just started.
It's crazy. All right, so do you want to get into it? Do you want me to read the emails or do you want to take turns?
We can take turns. You can read the first one.
Okay, cool. This is an email from Lucas. I believe this was like one of the first, if not the first email that we ever got.
I think it was.
Which is exciting.
Yeah. Love you, Lucas.
Yeah, thank you, Lucas. He says, "Hi, Mariah and Caroline. I saw your tweet about recovering Gleek today and was so excited to learn about your podcast. I am a huge Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan and have been looking for a good recap podcast for ages. So you do have at least one person who overlaps as a Gleek and an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan. As I binge your first few episodes, I have lots of thoughts. First of all, a standalone Taylor Swift episode sounds so fun. I'd love to know what you think each of the main characters' favorite albums are."
Oh my god.
So I tried to think of this. My first thought, for sure, I tried first to think of what Ward's favorite album would be.
I mean.
And here is my headcanon. Ward doesn't listen to Taylor Swift.
Absolutely.
And that is damning enough.
He's a John Mayer fan.
Yes. For sure.
He's one of those people who was like, it's been 10 years. Why are you still talking shit about Jake Gyllenhaal?
Get over it.
He thought that the 10-minute version was like recently written.
Okay, let's start with Coulson. Coulson's favorite...
I feel like Coulson's would be 1989.
I was thinking Fearless. I don't know. He seems like a fearless girly to me.
I was thinking that Simmons would be more fearless.
What do I think Simmons would be? I feel like Simmons would be 1989.
Fitz
would be
Folklore, I feel like.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Folklore and Evermore.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a cop-out.
Especially, no, I don't think it is, because especially with, like, because, I mean, they're kind of the same era, right?
Yeah.
They're sister albums. So I feel like that, and especially with, like, his kind of, with his wardrobe that we talked about in the last episode, with, like, the patches and, like, vests and stuff.
A little hipster.
I feel like, yeah, Folklore Evermore, for sure, for Fitz.
I feel
May,
like...
I was going to say May is Reputation.
See, I don't think so. Maybe the first half of Reputation, but I think that May would be Speak Now.
Oh.
Speak Now is much...
Speak Now is so much more angry.
Or Fearless. Speak Now or Fearless, honestly, because they're both very angry albums.
Yeah.
Maybe she would listen to Reputation, because those are good workout songs. So I take it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Reputation would be her favorite.
Also, I feel like May puts up that exterior, which is like the beginning of Reputation, of like super badass. But inside, she's had a lot of trauma, and she really just wants to chill out and like not have to worry about all of that. But she will if she has to, you know. She'll cut a bitch if she needs to. But she doesn't want to.
Sky, I think...
I feel like Sky's a debut girly. Either debut or Red.
I don't know why I want to pin Lover on her. But, no, I think you're right. Debut. Debu's kind of angsty, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. A Place in This World? Oh, my God.
No, you're absolutely right. I take everything I just said back. Absolutely, her favorite album would be Debut.
What about Trip?
Oh, Trip.
Trip could be a lover.
Yeah, Trip is a 1989 or a lover girly. He likes to have fun. Yeah. He likes the bops.
Yeah.
I think he would be a me apologist.
He brings the funk everywhere he goes.
He would be a me apologist. He'd be like, it's fun. I don't know what the fuck y'all are talking about. It's fun. Do you hate fun?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I feel like he would love False God.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that would be his vibe.
I could see him, like, snapping and, like, swaying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He brings the funk everywhere he goes. Is that everybody?
Okay, we did Coulson, May, Fitzsimmons, Sky, Trip, Ward Doesn't Listen,
Garrett doesn't know who she is.
Raina,
ooh,
I feel like would only listen to the angry songs on Reputation.
Yeah.
And I think I Did Something Bad would definitely be her favorite song.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But she's a casual fan. She doesn't have a favorite album. She only knows, like, the few songs that she likes off of Reputation. Yeah. She's like a pick and choose girly.
Yeah.
She just puts it on a playlist.
For sure. What about Mike?
Mike.
I feel like Mike is a Red girly.
Yeah, Mike's been done wrong.
Yeah. That's everybody, I feel like.
Continuing with Lucas's email. I have rewatched the series too many times to count, and I love the early episodes of Season 1. So much of my love comes from the groundwork being laid, so it's hard to comment too much on it while staying spoiler-free. I've never seen a show come so full circle and close as many loops as satisfactorily as hello? Okay. I've never seen a show come so full circle and close as many loops as satisfactorily as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does. Also, as a huge Buffy and Angel fan, I love the cast crossovers. Yay, Mike Peterson from previous Whedonverse shows. 084 is not one of my all-time favorites, but I too love the interconnectedness of the Tesseract-powered device. A time jump opening isn't my favorite device, but it's well employed here. Do I believe that the inflatable raft would hold up against the outside air pressure to seal the hole in the plane? Not for a second, but I don't know shit about shit when it comes to airplanes.
Oh my god.
Neither do we. The final scene of the team at the slingshot is so wholesome, aside from the Rising Tide text, of course.
Of course.
The asset is a great example of seeds being planted that won't come to fruition for quite a while. It's so fun to see on rewatch.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you for the Flickr slander and I Spy. It's such a random social media network for them to reference.
Yeah.
Fun fact, The building that Ward infiltrates using Amador's visual feed is a location they reuse in the Season 2 finale. I doubt they're supposed to be the same place in the world of the show, but I like to headcanon that they might be.
Oh my god.
I didn't realize that until he pointed it out, and thinking about it, I'm like, holy shit, that is the same place.
That's hilarious.
Wait! The girl in the flower dress introduces one of the show's central moral ambiguities, the index. I like Skye's perspective as an outsider and her concerns about privacy, but I'm not sure AOS ever satisfactorily examines the ethics of a government organization tracking and monitoring enhanced individuals. I'm not surprised S.H.I.E.L.D. does it, but should they? It's a question AOS started asking back in 2013, while the MCU films didn't quite face it head-on until 2016 with Captain America Civil War.
Ooh.
I'm so looking forward to your coverage of the rest of the show.
Aww.
And then he had some stray spoilery thoughts that were spoilery at the time that he sent the email, but we've watched the whole season now, so. So he said, I've heard that Ian Hart, Professor Quirrell / Dr. Franklin Hall, was upset for not being invited back as Graviton in the future of the show, but I'm happy with the eventual ending of the Gravitonium arc. I do wish Aquila Amador had been a recurring character.
Oh, yeah.
They definitely set her up for later appearances, and she feels like one of the only dangling threads in the overall show.
Wait, so we never see her again? Aw.
Hacker ex-boyfriend Miles, and the rising tide in general, is another plot thread that resolves somewhat unsatisfactorily for me, but I can't complain about where Skye's arc goes. Yep, so that's Lucas's email. Thank you, Lucas. We had so much fun reading that.
Thanks, Lucas.
All right, you want to take the next one? We've got 2 emails from Hannah that, I don't know if they were back-to-back, but we'll read them together.
Okay, so Hannah said, Mariah, I can't wait to see Caroline's reaction to Ward banging May before Skye. That was a good reaction, too.
I hope you were satisfied, Hannah.
Yeah, I hope you liked it. It was... Yes. Caroline, one of the funniest people I've heard... Oh, thank you. This is the only podcast I've willingly listened to. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much, Hannah.
I'm glad. And then she also said, you releasing these episodes is genuinely the only thing I look forward to every week. Life isn't going very well, and this is a small spark of light in the dark. Thank you so much for this.
That's so sweet. Thank you.
I'm sorry things aren't going well, but I'm glad we could be your light in the dark.
I hope things are going better for you now.
Yeah.
And if they're not, we're here.
Yeah. I'll keep being hilarious. Love you, Hannah.
Love you, Hannah. Thank you. So this is the first of actually 3 emails from Diana.
Oh.
But they were spaced pretty far apart, so we'll read them all separately.
Diana.
All right. So she says, Hi, guys. Okay, first of all, you have no idea how long I've waited for a podcast like this. I started watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in 2016, and since then, it's become my favorite show in the world. I'm pretty sure I made it my entire personality somewhere around middle school. But I gotta say, it's also been quite a lonely experience since no one I knew watched it. I finally got my sister to watch it after it finished, but still, the only thing I could do for years to get a grasp on the fandom was scroll through Tumblr and watch the occasional YouTube Fitzsimmons edit. I tried to join Twitter a couple of years ago, but that truly is a scary place, and I quickly deleted my account.
It really is.
I think the only reason that I'm on Twitter is because I made my account in, 2009 or something.
Right, it was so long ago.
Now I'm stuck there.
We can never leave. Juliet, please.
I watched every panel, every interview, and every year silently wished I could be one of those people at Comic-Con who got to ask the cast some questions. Now, almost 2 years after the show finished airing, an endless amount of rewatches, and having resigned myself to the fact that I would keep rewatching it alone, I miraculously came across your podcast and see you're in the first episodes of Season 1. I mean, what a godsend. Having watched a few episodes with you and hearing what you have to say feels like I'm finally watching the show with a friend. And I know people say this to podcasters, and it's kind of cliche at this point, but it's true. You are the highlight of my week. Oh, thank you.
Diana!
That's so sweet.
Oh my god.
Listening along to your hilarious and continuous hate for Ward simply because he exists makes me cackle every time. And I can't believe my patience is being tested by being forced to watch episodes weekly again, even though this time around I fully know what happens. I'll do it gladly if it means I get to listen to you guys afterwards. Listening to this week's episode made me really emotional for some reason. Hearing that clip of Simmons talking to Skye about dating at the academy and realizing I unconsciously said the dialogue with them made me see just how often this show brought me comfort and how happy I am now that I have Tuesdays to give me that extra happiness boost.
Oh. I love that.
I have a message for Caroline. Believe me when I tell you, you couldn't have started to watch a better show. You are not ready for the roller coaster of emotions this fictional group of people will make you feel. I can't wait for you to meet, react, and fall in love with the characters you haven't met and the storylines you have yet to watch, which are so good, I'm sure it will blow your brains out as it did mine. If you would like to, I really recommend watching cast interviews, specifically Comic-Con, seeing as they truly are the loveliest people and they are part of the reason I became as attached as I am to the show.
Aww.
Anyways, now I'm kind of embarrassed I've written this much at two people who don't even know me, and it probably doesn't make much sense, but I had to let you know how much I appreciate Agents of Nothing. You made perfect sense, yes. And you are so sweet. Don't be embarrassed.
I'm so glad that you sent this email.
P.S. Didn't know there was a Taylor Swift Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. recovering Gleek Venn diagram, but I sure am glad I found it.
Oh
Welcome to the party. I am the Venn diagram.
Truly. Oh my god. And okay, so I have been debating if I'm gonna watch interviews and stuff because I'm afraid that there will be spoilers.
I think try to stick to the season 1 interviews. Yeah. I don't know.
I figure I'm just gonna wait.
Maybe I'll send you some.
Yeah, send me some safe ones.
I'll try. I'll send you their first Comic-Con panel or something.
Okay. All right. Okay. So next up is an email from Crystal. They said, "Loving the podcast. Just finished listening to the episode of Tracks, and I honestly can't wait to hear Caroline's reaction to the rest of season 1 and upcoming seasons. Hearing the both of you talk so nicely of Grant Ward in the Magical Place episode gave me whiplash. It was that surprising. And honestly funny knowing how it ends. We love Ward slander here. Yes, we do!
I was trying to throw her off, and it worked.
You did a good job. And that one throwaway line in Tracks where he blames someone that isn't him or anybody else on the S.H.I.E.L.D. team for what happened to Skye just hits different when you know who he's actually talking about, which is honestly amazing looking back on it. Okay, I need to rewatch that episode, I guess.
Yeah, because we thought that he was mad at Coulson, but he was mad at Garrett.
Right. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. Oh, man. Yeah, I gotta rewatch it. Also, Fitzsimmons holds my entire heart, and the both of you being so happy when talking about them makes my heart melt, as if they don't suffer through more trauma in later seasons. It's when their acting really shines, and I honestly love how far they go in the show, which I hope Caroline enjoys. I have so far. And this also goes for Big Brother Fitz and Skye, Bus Kids Supremacy, and Daddy Coulson and May for the win. Hearing Mariah talk about her experiences with the show is very heartwarming, and it makes me happy to hear about her sentimentality to it. Aww. Also, I want to hear your headcanons. Caroline also theorizing the most major of plot points is so funny. As how did she guess that? I don't know. And the TikTok account is so funny. Yes, it is. I'm living for it. And the Taylor Swift references as well. Just love the effort put into everything. I was also wondering whether the both of you will go through the MCU timeline so Caroline understands some events that might happen in the show.
So we have been thinking about it. We're not entirely sure how we're going to go about it, but it is in the works. At some point, you will see it or hear it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We're working on it. Sorry for the long... It wasn't a long email. Sorry for the long email. I've been waiting for a place to talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. since none of my friends have watched it either, although one of my friends may be watching in the near future, and I'm very glad to have come across your podcast. A fellow agent of nothing, Crystal. Crystal! So, thanks for listening!
Thank you, Crystal.
And bully your friends into watching it.
Yes, and into listening to us.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, so next up is an email from Chloe.
Chloe?
Not Chloe
Just
Bennett.
kidding.
I wish.
Could you imagine if Chloe Bennett sent us fan mail?
But this Chloe is perfect just the way she is, even if she isn't Chloe Bennett. Okay. She says, this isn't related directly to the podcast, but Marvel has this series of short clips called one-shots they added to Disney+. I believe they were extras from the Blu-rays. A few of them feature Coulson and Sitwell. I still don't really like Sitwell, but they're funny, and I just didn't know if you knew they were on there. Love the podcast.
I didn't.
Thank you, Chloe.
I didn't know that. The fact that they're called one-shots is giving me flashbacks.
Like fan fiction, yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically what they are. They're kind of like little standalone stories. Sometimes they tie in to the other movies. Most of the time they don't.
Interesting. Okay, I'll watch them at some point.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to watch them or cover them, but I'll figure it out.
See. Okay. Diana is back.
Thank you, Diana.
Diana sent us this email about the episode Turn, 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 and the subject line was apparently, Ward is literally Satan, but we been new. OMG, this episode really took me back to the first time I watched it when I was like 12. This was the first time I had been betrayed like this by a character, and I was so in denial and convinced he was only appearing to help Garrett until literally the finale when he... does what he does to certain people, if you know what I mean. So basically, Diana was feeling what Fitz was feeling.
Yeah.
So. Every time I've seen his face since, I feel the urge to redacted in his redacted and redacted. Diana, do you have a podcast? You're hilarious. The fun facts for this episode were chef's kiss. They're my favorite thing about the podcast.
Aww,
Mariah.
Thank you. That makes me feel good. Sometimes I feel like I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's annoying, like my little interjections, but I'm glad that people enjoy them.
No. They're so fun. And can you believe Bear McCreary is actually a god? Because I sure can.
Come on the pod, Bear.
I can't wait for Caroline to see what's in store for the rest of the season because it's fucking bonkers. Yes, it was. I love this podcast and you guys so much. Diana, she, her. Oh, okay. I've been saying they, but thank you. Thank you for normalizing pronouns. P.S. Ward is literal horseshit and deserves nothing good ever. So, yeah.
Very true. Thank you, Diana.
Diana! I love Diana. I'm a Diana stan.
All right, so next up is an email from Eva.
Eva.
Mariah and Caroline. This isn't a big important thing that you should know about the show. I just thought it was funny. During San Diego Comic-Con 2014, between seasons 1 and 2, Chloe Bennett was describing the cast's reactions to Ward being revealed to be Hydra, and she said that she was freaking out and yelled, "I kissed him!" And Ming-Na Wen countered with, "I fucked him!"
Ow! Fuck!
You hit your head!
Go ahead.
Oh my god.
I'm obsessed with Meg.
Also, apparently Ian was very sad about the whole thing and wished not to answer the question during the panel, as Elizabeth said for him.
Oh my god.
The whole panel was very funny and interesting, and I suggest that you watch it if you haven't seen it already. You can find it on YouTube. I love your podcast so much. Love, Eva. Thank you, Eva. That's so sweet.
I definitely...
Yeah, you should definitely watch it. It's a very funny panel.
That one's safe. Okay.
It's between seasons 1 and 2, so there's no spoilers. So it's going to be the Comic-Con in 2014.
Got it. Okay. I will definitely watch that. Okay. Next up, we have an email from Sydney. Hi. First, I just want to say I really love your guys' podcast. I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I'm currently on my second watch of the show.
Thank you.
Yes, we love you too. The whole concept of the podcast is great, and I love the commentary between the two of you. The podcast gives me something to look forward to each week, and I'm always happy when I get the notification that you posted a new episode. Aw.
You guys are so sweet. Stop it.
I was literally crying when I was reading these last night. I do have a question for you guys. Are you going to create any merch for the podcast? I love the hand-drawn S.H.I.E.L.D. logo, and I think it would be great to have some merch with it. Oh, that'd be cool. I don't know. Would we be allowed to? I don't know.
It would be cool. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure about the legal stuff because I'm almost certain that symbol is copyrighted.
It's
so
yeah. We'll see.
if we ever did make some merch, I'm also pretty sure it costs money to make merch. Yeah. So I don't know. If we did ever make merch, it probably wouldn't be that cover art. Yeah. And we'll probably eventually have to change the cover art.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Anyway, Sydney is currently looking for a new pop socket and would love to have that logo on it. I love you guys, and I always enjoy listening to what you have to say about the episodes, and it gives me more insight about the episode, hearing about it from someone else's perspective. You guys are really great. Your fan, Sydney. Sydney.
Thank you, Sydney.
Love you.
Okay, so Diana part 3. Thank you for all the emails, Diana. We appreciate you. And this was for the bonus episode, the interview with Tina.
Ooh.
She said, "Oh my god, it's so awesome you guys got an interview with someone who worked with the show. I'm so excited for you. It was such a fun surprise and so interesting to listen to."
Yes.
I'm so glad. Tina talking about the life-size version of Clark was everything. And yes, the Season 5 lives and the Dub Smash War are gold. There were so many things I was nodding along to as I remembered them, but also so much I didn't know about the show and the cast. This interview truly made my day.
Aww. It was so fun.
As always, thank you for being such a bright light in the fandom.
Aww.
Diana, she, her.
Guys,
P.S.
I'm
Just
blushing.
in case she doesn't... P.S. Just in case she doesn't know about it yet, Caroline should totally see Clark's lip-sync version of Toxic. It is the best thing on the internet, and it never fails to make me laugh until I cry.
It was hilarious. I did watch it. It was so good. And he's so good.
God. Triple threat. What are you going to do? This is our last email. Wow.
Last one.
We got through this so quick.
Okay, so Bryson said, "First, I just want to say how much I love your podcast. All summer, I have just been waiting for Tuesday at 9 a.m. for the next episode. Truly a highlight of my day." 9 a.m.? Does it come out at 9 a.m.?
I know. Bryson has... I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bryson. But from their last name... It seems like they're probably from Ireland.
Oh. Okay.
And I don't know about time zones in Ireland, but
they're probably like 9
I
hours
imagine
ahead. Yeah.
that's probably when it posts.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's really nice seeing people who love this show as much as I do. At my high school, nobody knows the show even exists. For English class, we had to write our favorite superhero on the whiteboard, and I put Daisy Johnson, and everyone was like, "Who?" Is that a goof? Does Ireland have high schools? Sorry.
Put it on IMDb.
I also just want to say how stoked I was to hear that you were Taylor Swift fans. Like, I'm literally such a big Swiftie. It felt like a match made in heaven. Aw. I also wanted to ask Caroline if she has any predictions for the future of Fitzsimmons, the best ship in the world, for season 2. I said that earlier, but I do. Thanks, Bryson.
Thank you, Bryson. Tell us if you're from Ireland. I want to know.
Yeah.
Curious minds would like to know.
Otherwise, I don't know why it would have come out at 9 a.m. Thank y'all so much. This was so fun.
This was so fun. I can't wait to do this again at the end of season 2.
Keep the emails coming. We love them. We love y'all.
All right. Well, we're going to take a week break in posting, so you won't get an episode from us next Tuesday. But the Tuesday after that, stay tuned, and we will see you guys in season 2.
We'll be there.
Bye.
Love you. Oh, sorry. I took your
Oh, my
thing.
God.
Love you. Bye.